They say life brings people to you for a reason, sometimes to save you, sometimes to heal you, and sometimes to remind you that you're not as alone as you think. But for Claire, that truth revealed itself on the coldest night of her life. This is her story. Rain hammered the city like 1,000 tiny stones, turning sidewalks into rivers and the world into a blur of gray. Claire hugged her coat tighter as she walked home from another miserable shift at the diner. Her eyes were tired, her heart even more so. She had lost her mother just 6 months ago, lost her job shortly after, lost her fiancé when he claimed she was too sad to be around. Life had been chipping away at her one blow at a time. Tonight, she just wanted to go home, curl into bed, and disappear.
But then she saw him, an old man, maybe in his late 70s, sitting beneath the rusted awning of a closed grocery store. His gray hair was soaked, his hands trembled. His clothes looked like they had been through years of storms, not just this one. But what struck her most was his face, a face etched with pain, and a strange kind of waiting. She wouldn't have stopped. Not tonight, not when she had nothing left to give, except she heard him cough. A cough so deep and broken that she froze in her tracks. Claire stepped closer. "Sir, are you okay?" The old man looked up slowly, blinking water away. "I'm fine, dear. Just need a little shelter." There was a gentleness in his voice, a softness that reminded her of her mother's nursing home patients, the ones who held on to warmth as if it were life itself. "You're freezing," Claire said. "You can't stay out here." He smiled weakly. "People walk by all the time. You're the first person who stopped."
She swallowed hard. "I'll call an ambulance." "No." His voice was firm but kind. "Not the hospital. Just let me rest." Rain continued to soak him, each drop a cruel reminder of how the world forgot men like him. Claire knelt down slowly. "Do you have anywhere to stay?" The old man looked at her for a long moment, then shook his head. Something inside her cracked open. Maybe it was grief. Maybe it was loneliness. Maybe it was humanity remembering itself. "Come with me," she said suddenly. The old man's eyes widened. "Oh, no, child, I can't." "I insist. Please." For a second, he studied her, as though trying to see if she truly meant it. Then, gently, he nodded. She helped him up, supporting his frail weight as they made their way through the rain to her tiny apartment. It wasn't much, just a cramped one-bedroom with peeling paint and a stubborn heater. But it was warm. Warmth the old man seemed desperate for. Claire gave him a towel, a blanket, and a steaming cup of tea. "You're very kind," he whispered. "Most people don't see me anymore." "You're human," she said. "That's enough." He smiled, the kind of smile that said he hadn't heard those words in years. After he warmed up, she asked, gently, "What's your name?" "Thomas," he said. "And thank you for this. I didn't think I'd survive the night." Claire sat across from him, her own tea untouched. "How did you end up outside?" He hesitated, staring into his cup. "I had a daughter once. Beautiful girl. Smart. Brave. She grew up, built a life, and life pulled us apart. I wasn't a perfect father. I made mistakes. By the time I wanted to fix them, she was gone."
moved away, married, changed her number. His voice cracked. I've been looking for her for years. Claire's heart twisted painfully. I'm so sorry. He nodded slowly. I'm old now, maybe too late, but a father never stops hoping. Silence filled the room like a heavy blanket. Claire suddenly felt tears in her eyes. I lost my mom recently. Thomas looked up, sadness mirroring sadness. I'm sorry, my dear. She was all I had, Claire continued, voice trembling. And when she died, everyone else left too. I've been feeling like there's no one left for me in this world. Thomas reached across the table and gently placed his old hand over hers. You're not alone, he whispered. Not tonight. And for the first time in months, Claire actually believed it. Days passed, then weeks. Thomas stayed in her spare room, originally her storage room. Claire helped him find warmer clothes. He helped her fix things around the apartment. He told her old stories. She told him modern ones. They shared meals, laughter, silence, healing. A bond formed, gentle, unexpected, and deeply needed by both. One evening, Claire noticed him staring at an old photograph on her shelf, the one of her mother smiling in a hospital garden. She was a nurse? Thomas asked. Yes, Claire said. The best. She treated every patient like family. Thomas's eyes softened and then widened. What was her name? He whispered. Margaret Brooks, Claire replied. Thomas froze. The cup in his hand slipped and shattered on the floor, but neither of them looked at it. His voice trembled. Brooks? Margaret Brooks? From St. James Medical? Claire nodded, confused. Yes. Did you know her? Thomas slowly sat down, his face pale, his breath shaking. Claire, your mother was my nurse. The room tilted. What? Claire breathed. I was in the hospital years ago. Heart surgery. I was alone. No family, no visitors. Your mother. She took care of me. She talked to me, prayed with me. She told me stories about her daughter, the one she loved more than anything. Claire's throat closed. She told me she wished I could meet you one day. She said you had the biggest heart she had ever seen. Claire covered her mouth, shaking. And now, here you are, Thomas said, the daughter of the only person who ever treated me like I mattered. Tears streamed down both their faces. Maybe, he whispered brokenly, this is why I was never able to find my own daughter. Maybe life was bringing me to someone else I needed. Claire collapsed into his arms, sobbing, and for the first time since her mother died, she felt held. Spring arrived. Flowers replaced puddles, warmth replaced rain, and Claire was no longer alone. She helped Thomas register for senior housing, a safe, warm place just a few blocks away. He insisted he didn't want to be a burden, even though she never saw him as one. But he visited every day. She cooked meals for him. He told her stories that made her laugh until she cried. They became each other's missing family. On Mother's Day, Claire placed a photo of her and Thomas at her mother's grave. She would have loved you, Claire whispered. Thomas placed flowers beside hers. And I loved her kindness, he said softly. And now, I love the daughter she left behind to continue her legacy. Claire leaned into him, tears in her eyes, but this time they were warm. healing, grateful. Life had taken so much from her, but somehow it returned something even more precious. Someone who reminded her she still had love left inside her. Someone who showed her that kindness always circles back. Someone who arrived from the rain and became family. If this story touched your heart, remember this. Sometimes the people we save are the ones sent to save us too. Thank you for watching DLYN Stories, where kindness meets life's deepest emotions. Stay safe, stay kind, and see you in the next story.